That's who we are. That's why I stand here today. Because somebody at some point stood up when it was hard, stood up when it was risky. Because even though my mother didn't have a lot of money, scholarships helped give me a chance to go to some of the best schools in the country. And I am running for President of the United States because I want to give every American child the same chances that I had. Every single one. In this election, at this defining moment, we can decide that this century will be another American century by making a historic commitment to education. We can make a commitment that's more than just the rhetoric of a campaign, one that's more than another empty promise made by a politician looking for your vote. I often say that the problem with No Child Left Behind is that George Bush left the money behind. And it wasn't just him either. It's pretty popular to bash No Child Left Behind out on the campaign trail. But when it was being debated in Congress 4 years ago, my colleague from Illinois, Dick Durbin, offered everyone a chance to vote so that the law couldn't be enforced unless it was fully funded. A lot of senators, including Senator Edwards and Senator Clinton, passed on that chance. And I believe that was a serious mistake. Because I think we'd all agree that the goals of this law were the right ones. They sound good on paper. Making a promise to educate every child with an excellent teacher is right. Closing the achievement gap that exists in too many cities and rural areas is right. Making sure that necessary resources and qualified teachers are distributed equitably among every city and small town is right. More accountability is right. Higher standards are right. But I'll tell you what's wrong with No Child Left Behind. Forcing our teachers, our principals, and our schools to accomplish all of this without the resources they need is wrong. Promising high-quality teachers in every classroom and then leaving the support and the pay for those teachers behind is wrong. Labeling a school and its students as failures one day and then throwing up your hands and walking away from them the next is wrong. And by the way, don't tell us that the only way to teach a child is to spend most of the year preparing him or her to fill in a few bubbles on a standardized test. Don't tell us that these tests have to come at the expense of music or art or physical education or science. We are educating the whole child. We are not educating a child to take a test. These tests shouldn't come at the expense of a well-rounded education. They should help complete that well-rounded education. The teachers I've met didn't devote their lives to testing. Jane didn't devote all those years to testing. They devoted them to teaching. And teaching our children is what they should be allowed to do. The fact is, No Child Left Behind has done more to stigmatize and demoralize our students and teachers in struggling schools than it has to marshal the talent and determination and the resources to turn them around. That's what's wrong with No Child Left Behind. And that's what we must change in a fundamental way. I want to lead a new era of mutual responsibility in education. One where we all come together for the sake of our children's success, an era where each of us does our part to make that success a reality. Parents and teachers, leaders in Washington, leaders in the State House, citizens all across America. I don't want to pretend that this will be easy. It will be hard. We have to fix the failures of No Child Left Behind. We must provide the funding we were promised and give our states the resources they need, and finally make our commitment to special education that was promised so long ago. But that alone is not an education policy. Just being against No Child Left Behind is not an education policy. It's just a starting point. A truly historic commitment to education, a real commitment, will require new resources and new reforms. It will require a willingness to break free from some of the same debates that Washington has been engaged in for decades. Democrat versus Republican, vouchers versus status quo, more money versus more accountability. Most of all, it will take a president who is honest about the challenges we face, who doesn't just tell everyone what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. I am running to be that president. And that's why I'm proposing a comprehensive plan to give every American child the chance to receive the best education America has to offer, from the moment they're born to the day they graduate college. As president, I will put the full resources of the federal government behind this plan. But to make it a reality, I will ask more of teachers and principals, parents and students, schools and communities.